What's up, guys? It's Steve with hapgaming, and welcome back to 2.5 Stars, a podcast about... Why do I never say that anymore? Why is that on the list anymore?
A podcast about movies.
We don't say that anymore. Hey, guys. Welcome back to 2.5 Stars. I'm joined by...
Erik.
Kelly.
Jason.
And Rick.
This week we watched Logan, directed by James... Fucking dog. It smells so bad.
Oh, God.
That dog is letting him rip, dude.
I'm sorry. It's just bad.
And his ass is right underneath Steve's ass, so he's just
Like,
blaming
he
the
gets it
dog.
first, then Jason, then
It wafts
me.
right up, huh?
Oh, it does.
Not working.
It's like really
Did it
hot.
steam up your glasses?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm
really
saying.
hot in here,
It's like it's really hot, and then we have like warm dog fart mixed in it.
Yeah, it's bad.
It's bad.
This is a bad mixture. And then we got
So
one
it's like-
Ricky fart in here.
It's like you're actually in the dog's ass now.
It feels
Almost,
like it,
yeah. Almost, yeah,
Ew.
yeah.
All right. Directed by James Mangold. Written by James Mangold and Scott Frank. Starring Hugh Jackman, Patrick Stewart, and Daphne Keane. IMDb synopsis: in the near future, a weary Logan cares for an ailing Professor X somewhere on the Mexican border. However, Logan's attempts to hide from the world and his legacy are upended when a young mutant arrives, pursued by dark forces. So what do you guys think?
I think the dark side of the force definitely had the right idea to try to pursue this girl.
I think the dark side of the force already, controls both of these people. They're very much controlled by their emotions.
Yeah, pretty much.
So
That's true.
It's just that's what
I
Logan
think-
does.
I think Logan has a plutonium butt plug, and that's what's killing him. And he knows it's in there.
Yeah.
That's why he can't heal anymore. It's just right up in there.
He just doesn't want to take it out, or is it?
Well,
stuck?
I think he
Did he go too far? He
he's-
pushed it past the thing.
I think he's done. He's just like, the frog's dead. You know, I killed Mr. Slave. It's no point. It's all over with.
So you're saying that Mr. Garrison is actually Logan?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Why were there two Logans anyways? I don't really quite
So
understand
they
that.
cloned Logan to use him to hunt the other girl because they couldn't. Any of the other mutants they sent after her would just die. So she would kill them, or Logan would kill them. So they needed somebody that could actually match their ferocity, their ability to heal, all that stuff. So
Sounds-
I have a question. So you got Mini Logan, and then
Uh-huh.
you got 11. Okay, from Stranger Things. That's a pretty good fight.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, because
I mean,
Logan he's not very well protected against mental attacks, so
yeah.
and telekinetic attacks and shit like that. So yeah, as long as 11 could keep Lauren away, Laura. Yeah.
I just call her Mini Logan.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I also have okay. So this brings up a question here. Okay, so Magneto's helmet is adamantium, correct?
No.
It is not.
No.
Okay, okay. Then that answers that question then.
I don't
Because
actually
I
know
thought
what
that his
helmet's-
helmet was made out of adamantium, which is why the telekinetic powers don't work on
Nope.
it.
No,
It's made out of
No.
something else.
his helmet's made out of something to keep the telekinetic powers out of
Because
his
that's
head.
the reason why he has it, is to protect his mind from Xavier. And
Doctor
like that.
Strange cast a spell on it. And then he cast a spell on you, Ricky.
I guess the spell.
Oh, damn it. Steve beat me to it. I was going to say the same thing.
Yeah. I think.
Yeah, I don't think
it's-
it might have some on the outside, but I know that, like, Professor X can just do shit to Logan.
I could have.
Not adamantium.
Well, yeah, I know, because you see, that was my whole thought there. Because like if Xavier's helmet is made out of adamantium, then there should be no fucking way any mental attack could get through to Logan if he's tired of fucking skeletons covered in adamantium.
So, I looked it up. So Magneto, he helped Xavier build Cerebro, and that's what is in. There's Cerebro tech inside of that helmet, so it helps stop the.
Yeah. Okay, but I could have sworn that the
stuff.
dude that was trying to the Nazi dude had that helmet first.
He did, and that's what doesn't make any fucking sense in the whole thing. Like, I don't know.
He's
Yeah.
not, that guy's not actually a Nazi. I don't think that Sebastian Stan guy is actually like a
Sebastian
super
Shaw.
old Englishman. Yeah, that's it, Sebastian Shaw.
Well,
I listened to
he was a Nazi at one time. He was a lot of
I
stuff.
guess
I
that's
think.
how it works. Well, I mean, nowadays everyone's a Nazi. If your school bus driver tells you to shut up,
You're a fucking Nazi.
he must be a Nazi, right?
Uh-huh.
I mean,
I
they
think
totally
he
like.
was- I
It's
think
like watch
he's just,
Schindler's List, you dumbass. Sorry.
He's more like he just goes with wherever he can get power from because I don't know if he's a founding member, but there's a club called the Hellfire Club, and basically it's he's part of that whole thing, and they're always just it's kind of like Hydra, but without all the very high Nazi stuff that goes around.
I'm like 90% sure that dude is really old.
No, he is. He's super
like,
old. Yeah.
I think he's like Wolverine-ish old, or maybe even older. He's like,
yeah, because he can absorb the kinetic energy and then keep himself young. So
could you imagine that? Like, fuck, I'm starting to look old. I'm gonna go to the bar and get the shit kicked out of me, honey.
Yeah.
See you later. Come back, you're like 20 years old. She's like, what the fuck just happened? He's like, I know, right? It's too bad you couldn't do that.
Oh,
Motherfucker.
Nice.
Kelly.
He'd probably be like, "Shit, you're old. I'm trading you in for a young model."
So
he's just like, well, let's give it a shot. Damn, it didn't work.
all right. So so we established then that Magneto's helmet has some of that cerebro tech inside of it. Okay. So then why wouldn't like someone like do that to their own skull?
Well, like put cerebrotech in there?
Yeah, they like to
Somebody
make it to where
probably
they
has.
to like
Yeah,
have
got an
like
idea.
have like an adamantium like
Let's
coated
do it.
skull
Let's
with
do
that
it.
tech in
Let's do
there.
exploratory brain surgery, and inside my skull, I'm gonna, or I could just put a helmet on.
Yeah. Well, Ricky, the reason they don't like people don't just have adamantium skeletons is because they can't heal themselves. When
Well,
they
yeah,
put the stuff
not
on
everyone
it.
can heal themselves like Logan could.
So I mean, that would.
So
be
why the fuck doesn't
deadly.
Deadpool go out there and grab some goddamn adamantium?
Because he wouldn't be as agile as
He doesn't
is.
need it.
He'd be like
I
like
suppose,
really
yeah.
heavy at that point.
Yeah, I suppose.
Which those kids couldn't lift him. Logan up that fucking thing. He's like 1,000 pounds.
Yeah.
Because
That'd be
all that
cool.
Fucking metal.
Well, that one kid lifted that fucking truck with his power, so maybe he helped.
They were using the rope though.
Well, he was taking the load off the rope. That's what he
Exactly,
means.
yeah.
He's just like,
Uh-huh. He's like,
no. Sometimes, I kind of wish they had like a weird thing that's like like a Easter egg or something. Not an Easter egg, but something you could watch after the movie where the kids are like, no. Where the kids like, yeah. They're all just doing that. And then the special effects are going off. That shit would be hilarious.
Damn it.
Well, yeah, I was watching the kids in the circle when they were all doing their things, and some kids were like doing things with their hands, which looks like they were actually doing spells. And like this one girl's just like, I'm like, come on, do something a little bit more like zippy, because that person like turned that arm frozen, and you're just like,
Isn't that the girl that was controlled the
Hey.
plants?
maybe.
I can tell you guys one thing. If you get some, like a woman giving you the stink eye, that sucker does have magic powers. Like, yeah. You're like,
just fucking drills right into you.
yeah,
Well, fuck,
it's
what
not
I
good.
do wrong? Like,
It's
even if you didn't do something wrong, it automatically makes you think that you did something wrong, so you have to make up for
Yeah.
that. Even though you
Moms
actually
are
didn't do anything.
masters at that. They can just look at you and you're like, what did I fuck up? Wait, I just got here. Does she know about what I did? Uh-oh. I think that's like a standard book where, you get, so the stork drops the baby off, right? And then the book falls out, and then the mom gets their book. And rule number 1, when you're having a teenage son, give him the stink eye if you haven't seen him for more than 2 hours. It'll psych him out. It works. I know that from experience. I'm like, wait, shit. Did she know what I did? Oh, fuck. Act cool. Well, I don't know why you're looking at me like that. I didn't do it.
It's like, do what? And you're like, well, fuck that shit up out there.
I didn't take the tires off the car.
Oh.
Yeah, that's right. It does work every time.
So tell me more about how he's her dad. Did I miss something?
Basically, they took the people that had her that she escaped from
Yeah.
were the same people that put the adamantium on Logan's bones. So they have his genetic, code or whatever. They have his, fucking DNA.
This splooge?
So they basically just cloned her or cloned him,
Oh,
and
okay.
put his genes into the
I
thing.
mean, if you've read the comics, he's pretty fast and loose. It's pretty easy for him to just be like,
yeah,
"You're
But
a pretty senorita."
even the comics that she's
My kid.
she's a clone of him, and there's like
Yeah.
3 or 4 of them, and they can't feel pain. So it's not just, or some of them can't feel pain. I think maybe the older one can, but there's like 3 or 4 of them, and one of them is a little girl, like the same age as this girl in here, and she can't feel any pain. So like if something happens to her, she heals fine. But like you see her and she's like, there's something where she's like cutting herself or something cuts her, and the older Wolverine girl lady Laura is like, what the hell are you doing? Just kind of freaking the fuck out, and then sees that the girl can heal and stuff. So, but there's a bunch of the like cloned female Wolverines now, and some of them are bad, some of them are good. Some of them don't actually have like claws or anything.
So is that what we're gonna get to look forward to in the future?
I don't know. I think
kind of like a Resident Evil style thing where they just have a huge ass fucking clone army and just
it's possible.
fucking ruin the entire fucking series with that concept.
It's very possible. They've ruined the series a long time ago.
Yeah.
With some of the other Wolverine movies, and this one kind of brought it back. I think.
Yeah, but
the second one was really bad.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Oh, yeah. With the whole robot Wolverine thing.
No,
That was
like,
fucking stupid.
One scene he gets his claws cut off and there's bone in it. Like, okay, legit. Another one he gets his claws cut off and there's just metal. And you're like, okay, dude. Like that's all right. Like just massive inconsistencies throughout the entire story.
Oh, you know what? I think I've only seen one Logan or one Wolverine. I think I've seen the Wolverine Origins. Yeah, I think that's it. That's the one where it shows them in like World War I and II getting blown up.
That's the second one.
So there's like a ton of different timelines, I guess, because I was trying to find a meme for this, and I found one, but anyways, all of them were pretty much talking about different timelines, and I'm like,
yeah.
I don't know a lot about X-Men because I've seen the original and I've seen one of the other ones for the podcast, and then this one, but there's a lot of holes here and there that I'm just like, oh.
Basically, there's different. So in the Marvel stuff, there's different realities for all this stuff. Like the comic books are one reality, the movies are all another reality, and then in the X-Men universe, they've also like fucked around with this and did a whole bunch of different timelines. That's why you have the Days of Future Past and the
that's the one where the sentient robots were going around hunting them all down.
Yeah. So it's just like they've been fucking around with a lot of timelines now, and then they had the newest one, Apocalypse, which was all right. It wasn't great. So, and then
I really like that one just because of the Quicksilver scene. I could honestly just watch an hour and a half movie of that guy in super speed, just doing pranks.
Didn't they do a movie about him yet?
No.
I'm
pretty sure he is supposed to be in a lot more in the next one. In Dark Phoenix or whatever the fuck they call it. I don't remember what the next X-Men movie's called.
I don't know.
Why haven't they done an Age of Apocalypse movie?
They did Age of Apocalypse.
Okay.
That was the last movie.
Do you know about the one where he goes back in time and he kills Xavier? That it's like called the Age of Apocalypse. It was like a special event, like the 90s.
Yeah.
And then a bunch of bad guys were good guys, and they switched. It was all weird. Basically, like Apocalypse had turned everything into a giant slave camp, and he had like Wolverine was an X-Man, Magneto was the leader of the X-Men. I think Rogue was like doing it with Magneto.
They probably
Anyways,
won't, because people got so fucking like up in arms about Days of Future Past with all the different timelines and stuff like that. Could you imagine what they would do if there was like a different timeline where all stuff was all messed up, and they're like, what the fuck's going on, blah blah, people would just be all flipping out. It's easier to do in a comic book where most people who read the comic books expect that kind of stuff, or the animated show that was back in the day.
Yeah.
But the movies, it's more mainstream, and the mainstream people don't get the time line stuff, I guess. I don't know.
Well, I mean, they've had what, like 3 different Cyclopses now, and 4 different. They've had one Wolverine, but we've had like 15 different everybody else, and you're like, I don't know who anybody is anymore.
Yeah.
Who is this guy? Oh, it's Magneto. Well, what the hell? I thought Gandalf was Magneto. Now we got this other guy. What? God, this guy was a Nazi in some show. What the hell is he doing being Magneto?
He's the complete opposite of Magneto there.
So it's weird.
Yeah. I think the X-Men movies are just fucking weird. I don't know. I enjoy them, but I mean, maybe we'll start seeing them in the regular Marvel movies soon, though, because it sounds like that deal with Fox is going to go through.
Oh yeah, wasn't that Disney was doing something with Fox or something like that?
Yeah, they basically Fox said fuck off to Comcast.
Yeah.
And is going to take Disney's deal, so we'll have mutants in the Marvel universe instead of Inhumans. I don't know how that's going to change anything, because most of the Inhuman stuff was all on television shows. You didn't really see any of that in the movies.
Yeah.
Wait, so we could have like Iron Man in a fight with Beast?
You could, yeah.
Oh,
you probably won't, because Robert Downey Jr.'s done. So
isn't he going to do Avengers 4?
Yeah, he'll do that, but you're not going to see the X-Men in the Avengers movie, because it's too far along. It would be really cool to see the X-Men versus the Avengers storyline. That would be awesome, but most of those people are done in the Avengers. So if you see it, it's going to be like New Avengers or something.
Doesn't it suck? Like, they're not. Who's ever going to be an Iron Man like Robert Downey Jr.?
It's not going to be another one.
Nope.
And they're going to try. They're going to get some. You know what they'll do? They'll get the guy who's the new Han Solo, and he'll be like, I can do it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, I hope
totally do it.
If they have to be like, okay, we have to have an Iron Person or whatever, and if they don't do, just bring in Rhodey and have fucking War Machine in, because I like Don Cheadle. If they don't just do that, then if they just do the Ironheart storyline and have the girl come in with the iron suit that she builds and all that stuff. She's not called Iron Man. She's all Ironheart, but she has the same kind of stuff. And then you're not changing it to make it into, oh, this is Iron Man now, trying to trick everybody or whatever,
Yeah.
So, kind of the way they did with Thor, which was kind of dumb. That whole storyline with Jane Foster and stuff was stupid. But yeah, I don't know.
I never saw that, I don't think.
And then it's possible that what's his name? Winter Soldier, Bucky, will become the new Captain America, because I think Sebastian Stan is still on for more Marvel movies, but I'm pretty sure Chris Evans is done. So,
what? Could you imagine getting paid billions of dollars and then being like,
yeah, I'm done.
I don't want to do the job that I signed up for, and being adored by millions of people because, wait, why don't I want to do it again?
Well, that's what's weird about
That's
what's weird about Chris Hemsworth not being Thor anymore. They come out with a movie that is widely accepted as the best Thor movie, and then he's done after Avengers 4 supposedly. Maybe one more after that.
So, is there someone else being Thor, or is that's the end of Thor 2? Because who's going to be Thor?
I mean, in the comic books, they make Jane Foster Thor. So, Natalie Portman's character, but she said she's done with Marvel, so who fucking knows who becomes Thor.
Woman's going to be Thor?
Yep. So, I don't know. I think it'd be better.
It's not I don't have to say it.
I kind of think it'd be cool if they just brought in...
stupid.
If they just said, okay, there's no Thor, but we're going to bring an Asgardian in, so they bring, Sif in or whatever.
It's like, oh, there's Wonder Woman. Oh, sorry, you can't be a woman anymore. It's Wonder Man. It's like, they can be together, but don't be
Wonder Man is actually an Avengers character, but he's not like a god. Or
I kind of knew that.
It's Nathan Fillion.
It's got to be Nathan Fillion. They've already done a poster in Guardians of the Galaxy. It has to be Nathan Fillion.
Yeah. You know who they could do for a Norse god? There's 1,000 of them.
Yeah.
They could do one of his 2 kids.
I want Fausted, but he died. So.
Well, they've also got Freya and then some other ones I can't remember. Could you imagine a Norse goddess who's just the goddess of love that just that would be there'd be some funny scenes in there, right?
Yeah.
Iron Man's over here
Well, you know who they'll probably
What the hell just happened to him? I did.
What they'll probably do to replace Thor is they'll bring in Valkyrie, and then that'll be the change, and she's still an Asgardian, and pretty powerful, so pretty badass. She was pretty badass in the Ragnarok movie.
Yeah. Maybe not the person. I mean, I thought Kate Blanchett, if they could just make her nice, would be like an amazing Avenger, because she did pretty good, like maintaining that aura of menacing, like power.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Whereas, and like Thor is like, he does a good job being a boastful idiot.
Yeah.
Like Thor is in all of the, myths and stuff, where somebody's like, Thor, you can't drink shit. And he's like, oh yeah, I'll show you. And then he's got this like magic horn thing that drains the ocean. He's drinking it. And that's what starts the tide. Cause he's like, go, 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 go. Holy fuck. How much of this am I going to drink? I'm a fucking magic guy.
Yeah. So I don't know what they're gonna do. I think Tom Hiddleston's done as Loki. So, but Loki he changes into a woman at one point. And he's also a child at one point. So it's like, I don't know.
Well, his character makes sense. I mean,
something like that.
He's a trickster.
Yeah.
That's what he does. That makes sense. Like, you could have him be anybody and just be like, yeah, I'm Loki.
Yeah.
Fucking Donald Trump could be Loki.
My God, it all makes sense.
So I don't know. I think it'd be cool to have the X-Men show up in some Marvel thing. I don't know what the hell it'll be, but if we're getting X-Men, we're also getting possible Fantastic Four, which I mean could be all right depending on what they do with it.
Yes, you brought it up. All right, so I listened to this podcast, Kevin Smith's Fat Man on Batman, and he had the two dudes who write like the overall story arcs that keep all this stuff together.
Yeah,
I can't remember their names now, but they're the two guys that do it. They're underneath that Kevin Feige guy or whatever his name is.
Okay.
Anyways, so they were talking about what they like. So somebody asks in this little Q&A thing, what could you do to make Fantastic Four work? And the guy goes, well, I don't know. Maybe have Dr. Doom actually be the king of his own country, not some guy.
That would be good.
And it's like, yeah, he'll be the king of his own country because you've got this ridiculous Dr. Doom who wears a cape and is the Darth Vader of the Marvel Universe.
Yeah.
Let's just make him the Darth Vader of the Marvel Universe, just to start out with, not have some weird convoluted. Well, yeah, you're my college buddy, and I effed your girlfriend, so now you're mad at me forever type of an idiot thing.
Yeah,
and just have him be a crazy person.
Yeah, it would be awesome if they actually fucking brought him in because Dr. Doom is one of the best bad guys in all of the Marvel stuff. Like, he is really fucking badass. And they haven't done him right in any movies. And he could just be a bad guy for any of the people. He could be a bad guy. You fucking make him the next bad guy in the Avengers movie, and then you have to bring in the Fantastic Four to help out. Or they show up because they know the guy or some shit, And then that way you introduce the Fantastic Four in an Avengers movie, and then later on maybe spin off for their own movie or something, if they needed to. I don't think.
I always thought he'd be an excellent Batman villain.
Yeah.
I mean,
Batman versus Dr. Doom.
He's got legit magic though too, so
that's what I'm saying.
Really
like Batman,
Batman
would definitely need his special suit.
Well, it's two people that plan everything out meticulously. Like, they know exactly what they're going to do all the time, so it would be a really good fight.
I mean, Batman does know some magic stuff. Like, he trained with mystical martial artists and stuff. So, I mean, the really funny fight would be Dr. Doom kicking Superman's ass for an hour and a half. That could be the next Superman. Just Dr. Doom, like, even better, get the Bane mask. It's like, I'm going to kick your ass, Superman. That'd be fucking awesome. I just want to see stupid Henry Cavill's face when he's like, what? You know what they need for the next Superman is Mr. Mixel-Putlick or whatever the fuck his name is.
Damn it, yeah.
They need that guy. Or I don't know, maybe Lex Luthor as like Bryan Cranston. And what I really want to see is a scene where you got Bryan Cranston and then whoever plays Mercy, you know, the driver, and I want him to be standing there going, looking at a monitor, and Superman's flying in the monitor. And I want him to be like, yeah, watch this. This idiot is going to do exactly what I want him to do. Watch this. He's going to turn here. He's going to go in this little thing, and he's through a teleporter. He's a bazillion miles away. What an idiot. He falls for that every time. You know how many times he's flown back to the Earth from next to the sun? We're talking like, hold on, let me check this list. 85 times. He falls like every single time he falls for it. He's so dumb. And that would be funny. Because that's how dumb Superman is. He's just really strong, and he has a good heart, which, you know, makes up for a lot of stuff.
Oh man.
Which do you guys remember Superman 1 with Christopher Reeve?
Yeah.
Nope.
Is that the one where he goes back in time? Or is that number 2?
Isn't it the second one?
Yeah, okay, because the three not dumb Kryptonians kill Lois, and then he goes back in time.
Yeah.
Yeah, Flash tells him how to fix it, and then he does it. It doesn't cause Flashpoint and kill most of the universe. So
I was happy to see Patrick Stewart back as Xavier. You know, we haven't seen him in a while. Fucking old senile Xavier, unfortunately, but whatever. He doesn't make it that far in the comic books.
Yeah.
You know, they like in the TV show and everything, they make Xavier out to be like the guy that's always there for the X-Men and stuff. And in the comic books, he dies relatively early, or like goes away relatively early. He's not around for very long. So it's like, yeah, Xavier built the X-Men, but he's not. I don't know. He doesn't do a lot.
yeah, it's kind of sad because he's got so much power. You know, if he had.
Whoa, sorry, dog.
Could you imagine having
Sorry,
that
boy.
kind of ability that guy has? You could, you know.
Well, he
Should be president. Why didn't he make himself president?
he could have.
Maybe he is, and you just don't know because he wiped everyone's fucking mind.
Where was Xavier born? I mean, he lives in Manchester or in fucking Westchester or whatever. But was he born in America?
He can make the senators vote to just let English people
Just let
do
anybody
it too.
do it?
No, just English people.
Yeah.
Just people from his county could be like, you know what? We're gonna push this bill through. I mean, that's like, why doesn't he use those powers? Like, hey, you know what? Everybody be nice to each other. Oh, look at that.
Well, yeah, he could get in the Cerebro and just go around and just implant that thought into everyone's head. Hey, how about I not be a dick? Just be nice.
Yeah, why not? Isn't that a good idea?
Yeah.
I guess that's what Dr. Evil move, where you're trying to. I mean, you could just give everybody a good feeling for a little while, and then they maybe wouldn't be such a dick that day. You could do it every day.
He was born in
Would
New
that be
York.
nice? Cool.
And,
Why does he have an English accent?
Because I think it's because Patrick Stewart has an English accent, and so they
Okay.
brought in James McAvoy because he, you know, is English also. So they just kept up with the English thing, but he's totally born in New York. Because I don't remember the comic book having an English accent, or not comic book, but the cartoon.
I don't remember
Yeah.
the comic books ever
I
having
know.
any accent.
Well, see, I always read it in an English accent. I just read everything in an English accent. It's really weird sometimes.
like Omega Red.
Yeah.
I'm gonna kill you, sir.
Chap, how you doing?
Yeah,
Chip, chip,
well, that's
chitty-o.
weird. That Russian guy has an English accent.
It's like every movie you ever watch.
The Canadian guy, English accent, super weird.
Yeah. Fucking German guy's got an English accent.
Yeah.
Why does the Red Skull have an English accent? Doesn't make any damn sense.
Probably trained there.
Captain America. He sounds like Captain Britain. What the fuck?
Oh fuck.
Man.
Yeah, I really like. I thought this was. I was expecting a more sad movie
Yeah.
than this.
Yeah, so
but
did I.
it turned out it wasn't. I thought it was a pretty good movie. Like, you see a guy. I mean, like, Wolverine's always been the guy in the Marvel universe, you know, that everybody needs, which is the guy who will do the hard thing
Yeah, he's the one who's willing
because
to kill
it needs to
because
get
nobody else
done.
will do it.
Yeah.
You know, like if Batman was that guy, he would have wasted Joker like 20 years ago. He'd have been like, you know what?
Well, yeah, the first
I'm just
time the
gonna
Joker
knock him out.
tried doing his fucking thing, the bat would have just killed him. It would have all been over. All those people would have still been alive.
Yeah.
I mean,
They would have called him the Bat Hangman because he just would have
Exactly.
been like knock Joker out.
exactly. I mean,
got
like
him up on a high
instead,
building and just been like,
instead of
oh, he fell.
instead of making
Oh.
arch enemies, he should just be fucking killing them before they become his arch enemy, and then all this shit would never happen, and the bat would not be needed.
Yeah, I mean, there's a
Because the bat makes his enemies. That's why he's always needed, because he continues to make more enemies.
So there's this comic I just read that basically there's this kid who finds out he just like goes through puberty or whatever, and his mutant powers appear, and his ability is to emit a poison that just kills all organic life around him. So he like wakes up in the morning. He wakes up in the morning, goes downstairs, and his mom is just like she's completely gone because she decayed so fast that it's just gone. So he goes outside, all the plants and shit like that are around him are dead and stuff, and he doesn't know what the hell's going on. He doesn't understand it. Ends up going to school, everybody dies there, and he just freaks the fuck out and hides out in the woods, like in this cave. And then Wolverine shows up, because Wolverine, besides the fact he's the only one that's willing to do what needs to be done, he's also the only one that can withstand this kid's mutant ability. Because he can't control it. There's really nobody that can teach him to control it, because nobody can get close enough to him.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
it's
you can't
possible
really
that he
risk that either.
It's possible that he can't be controlled anyways. So like the whole thing goes through, and then the kid knows exactly who Wolverine is. So basically just Wolverine offs the kid because there's nothing you can do. He's too dangerous, and they couldn't let anybody know that a mutant could do that because that would turn. Everybody's already against the mutants in the X-Men universe stuff. So letting the humans know that mutants, that are capable of basically evaporating you with fucking poison mutant powers would cause a war that
Disease
they couldn't,
power.
Yeah.
that they couldn't handle. So he just had to take him out, and it was like, that's a pretty fucked up thing for Logan to do.
Yeah.
Like, the fact that he has to live with that. He even talks about, that kind of shit in this thing about, talking to Laura about, killing people. Even if they're, bad people, you still have to live with that death, So, because, I mean, shit. How many people has Logan killed over the years?
Oh, God.
He's
More
been
than
I mean, he was
probably-
in multiple wars.
I mean,
Yeah.
probably more than all the X-Men combined.
Well, yeah, the X-Men don't usually kill.
Yeah.
It's possible Dark Phoenix could take him, to do that. I don't know. But that's like one timeline where she wipes everybody out.
That's what's dumb. Like, how did they not use his Wolverine-ness to beat the Nazis? Like, guy who gets shot and heals up real quick. Hey, go try and kill Hitler. He would have been like, okay, dun 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 dun. He's like getting shot. Just little shitty Ruger bullets, and then he's like, cut his head off. Look at that, he's dead. Fuck that guy. Somebody give me his helmet. I'm gonna poop in it, and then I'm gonna put his head back in it just to make sure he's dead.
Yeah, I feel like somebody would have found out about him because he was in the Japanese. He was in the Pacific part of World War II. But I feel like somebody had to have known about him or some shit like that, known he had these abilities.
Well,
and be
they
like,
did.
"Yo."
That's why he went into that freaking program with Stryker or whatever his name was.
Yeah, but
Well, Sabretooth, him and Sabretooth were kind of buddies at that point, weren't they?
yeah, I mean they'd grown up together and shit. So
I mean, the scary part is like Sabretooth fits the profile for Nazi, so it's possible one of the higher ups is like, you got to keep this guy away from the Germans. Do you hear what the shit this guy says? He'd fall right in with those crazy bastards.
yeah.
Maybe
they were afraid Logan would do the same thing. He'd just follow Sabretooth.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Then everybody would be fucked. You imagine the Red Skull with fucking Wolverine and Sabretooth on his side?
Oh, God. Captain America, Wolverine.
Well, Cap didn't even have a good shield at that point, right? He got it later. I guess later on. It took him a little bit into the war to.
Yeah, but
That's so
if,
scary.
but if the Red Skull had Captain America, Wolverine, and Sabretooth, all on that team, they would have won fucking easy status.
Yeah.
It would have been. It wouldn't even been a challenge. Okay, well, everyone else is fucking dead now.
I mean, Red Skull could practically beat some of those guys one-on-one anyways.
Yeah, he's a pretty skilled fighter. He's super strong.
Yeah.
But he's crazy. I mean, I think people underestimate crazy.
Yeah. He is a
I
I have
fucking-
seen
he is a
seen
fucking psycho.
smaller crazy people just beat the shit out of bigger not crazy people, and that's like what Wolverine is he's like the animal craziness. He's like, you know, like if you get super mad and then you're getting a fight and you black out because you're so fucking mad and you wake up and you're like, oh shit, I pretty well fucked up that guy. Oh god. All right, I gotta leave. Fuck
So-
this.
With those clones of Wolverine, the Laura clones and stuff, there's a whole thing where they use this pheromone that they drop, and it just drives the her crazy, and she just fucking murders everybody around her. So she kills a whole town because somebody gets a hold of this pheromone and just drops it in the town, and she loses it and fucking murders everybody in the town.
How did they keep her in this facility? Like that part to me. Okay, so possibly be me, but definitely my younger brother. If he had Wolverine powers and razor sharp adamantium things, you know what? He doesn't even need the claws. If he had an adamantium skull when he was 3, I guarantee you he would be out of that facility. If somebody was like, there's fucking shitloads of candy, or I don't even know what would have enticed him at that age. You know, just somebody he trusted being like, get out of here. He'd be like, I'm going to kill everybody. Bah, crazy little kid shit. I mean, the adamantium would make the kid. Wait, how the fuck are they going to grow with that?
Yeah,
That's what I
we
said.
were talking about earlier. I have no clue about that. I don't remember them saying anything about it in the comic books or anything, because it would be impossible for your bones to grow if you've got this shit on you. I mean, the bones still work because they're still producing the red blood cells and all that stuff, but I don't see how they're supposed to stretch with the adamantium to stay with it.
Yeah, your bones are just going to
Let it
shatter
grow.
inside the adamantium shell.
Over and over. It'd be extreme. It'd be like
Yeah.
when I had a tooth pushing against all my other teeth. When I had wisdom teeth, I had a tooth on like up top, and like all 4 were just shoving into my teeth. And that's
Yeah.
just teeth at a slow rate, not super Logan like my skull's grown back guy. You know? Could you imagine though, like if I had an adamantium head? Holy shit.
There'd be so many broken fucking saw blades out there that hit you in the
You
head.
could just drop. I could just like run in. I just headbutt everybody.
You go out there in
You
the
know?
woods and Erik is just out there headbutting trees to knock them down.
That'd be awesome. So cool. And he's like, he's pretty strong too because he's heavy as fuck. That'd
Yeah.
suck though to weigh 1,000 pounds trying to deal with that all the time.
You
So-
definitely have to have strong furniture.
It looks like basically they didn't coat her whole body with adamantium. It's just her claws and her foot claw. So
Foot claw?
yeah, she's got feet claws.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's weird, but all right.
So she could have got popped in the head and just dropped.
Yeah. Maybe
Well,
that's
I
why.
mean-
Maybe I don't know. I don't know if. Well, Wolverine did see the video, so maybe he knew about that. That's why he tells her to hide behind her when they're shooting and stuff.
Yeah.
So, well, I mean, she got shot a whole lot in the thing, and she still healed back together because of the mutant ability.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, so long as she doesn't get her fucking brains blown out the fucking back of her skull, that's pretty much.
It doesn't really knock too
Fine.
much off of their game. I mean, they, like a
Just-
month or two,
yeah.
they're back ready to go. Sabretooth got his brain swirled around by Wolverine. He heals slower than Wolverine, and he was back ready to kill
Well,
people.
isn't that how Wolverine lost his memories in the first place? He got
Mm.
fucking shot in the head.
just shot him with an adamantium bullet, or
Yeah, with an adamantium bullet straight in the fucking head, and it just scrambled his brain. He healed,
Yeah.
but he lost a lot of memory because of it.
It was a pretty bad movie, though. So.
It was.
Why does
It was well, yeah, because that was the one with the first Deadpool in it. That was all
Yeah,
fucking
The
stupid
one
as
they fucked up?
shit.
the one they fucked up real bad.
Yeah, like
Oh,
incredibly
I forgot
fucking
about
stupid.
that.
Yeah.
Where he can teleport and all that weird shit.
Yeah, and he
I
had
mean-
like just a long fucking blade coming out of his arm. His
Yeah.
fucking mouth is just like melted together.
Oh yeah, where the blades are actually longer than this.
Yeah.
He's got like Baraka
he's
blades
like-
coming out of his
Yeah,
arms.
exactly.
Hold
yeah.
on, the blade would stick out to here, but wait. How does that work? He's got magic Haida blades.
Yeah, it all collapses. Collapses
Yeah,
inside his arm.
it's yeah. That was just that was fucking.
It was so bad.
That was awful. That was
So
not good. That was
Yeah.
also the first movie with Gambit in it, though, wasn't it?
it was.
Yeah.
and we'll probably never see another one.
Yeah, that fucking
Unfortunately.
sucks. Because Gambit was
Gambit's awesome.
He's definitely a good character there.
I wonder who they could have do Gambit now. It's probably not.
I don't know. They have what's his name fucking on the movie right now. What's his fucking name? 21 Jump Street.
Channing Tatum
That's the one. So they have him on it right now. And
as Gambit.
Yep, and I'm not very happy about it. So, like,
So
nah,
instead
that's
of
not
like
gonna
a
be great.
tall, gangly goofball
They got a big, bulky
who
motherfucker.
looks good, and that's kind of a smart guy, but plays it dumb. Instead,
Yeah.
they got. I mean, Channing Tatum is a great actor, but not, like he'd be a good Cyclops or Iceman,
Yeah,
Colossus. I mean, almost any of them. But like Gambit's kind of a weird one.
yeah, I don't get it. And it's like it keeps going back and forth on like if the movie's even gonna get made. I think I don't even know if they've filmed anything yet.
Yeah.
So, but I don't know. It's I think it's just all that Fox stuff. Fox doesn't know what the fuck they're doing with their fucking Marvel stuff.
Yeah, they do not.
Yeah, why wouldn't they have just been like, "Hey, Marvel guys that are successful at making movies, why don't you help us out?"
Yeah, well, I think it's because they spitefully made that fucking no matter what they say, they spitefully made that fucking Fantastic Four movie so they could keep the rights to Fantastic Four. You know, the shitty one that came out. I mean, they're all not great, but that was the worst
shitty
one.
ones.
No, I'm talking the newest one, the worst one.
Oh, that weird dimension one
Yes.
that didn't make any sense.
The worst
Yeah.
one. So they made that because they didn't want to lose the rights. So they had to make a movie with the thing, so they just did that bullshit.
You know what's interesting about people is there's so many people who would rather have money than do the right thing and have money. Less
Yeah.
money, but have done the right thing. Okay? So like the Fox people could definitely have made a deal to license the characters to the Marvel company, Disney or whatever, whoever is doing that, and included them in their arc. So at this point we'd have X-Men's and Fantastic Fours.
We might actually have a good Fantastic
Whatever
Four
ones.
movie for fucking
And
once.
and those two guys would have been like, because they talked about on this podcast about some stuff they could do, and we would have ended up with a really enjoyable Fantastic Four that made sense.
Yeah.
And I mean, it would be like, wait, this is really cool.
I
Thanks.
I
It'd make
feel-
a crap
I
out of money.
I feel like Fox might have done that now that the deal with Sony kind of really blew up with the Spider-Man stuff. It
Yeah.
actually worked out. I feel like Fox might have done that if they didn't decide to sell off their movie division or whatever. I don't know what's going on with that. If they needed the money or if they just didn't want to do that anymore. Who knows? I'm sure there's some fucking story about it. I don't read that shit though.
Well, it's also misleading anyways because
Oh,
it's some
yeah.
person who tells a reporter stuff and, they don't tell the truth.
No.
It's like, oh yeah, wait, what happened? That guy. Well, I mean, isn't Bryan Singer? Wasn't he attached to the X-Men thing? And there's all this stuff about him
Yep.
allegedly having kitty raping parties and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, if I was Fox, I'd be like, can somebody hire someone to kill that guy? What are we doing with this clown? We don't need this kind of press.
Somebody's like, "Hey, I need Wolverine here to kill this guy." What?
Yeah,
Wait,
Hugh
Wolverine's not.
Jackman.
Wolverine's not
Fuck
real.
that
What?
dude. Yeah.
So-
Jack is like, God damn, why do people always ask me to fucking kill other people? Fuck. All right.
I gotta do it before fucking what's his name gets in there. Deadpool comes in and does it.
Exactly. Uh-huh.
Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, it's all right.
That'd be
Wait, just
funny.
before Ryan Reynolds gets in here, he's gonna make a fucking mess of it.
Yeah.
Fucking crazy ass.
Ryan, I could see Ryan. Wait, he's like, wait, I'm actually supposed to kill the guy? Wait, what did he do? Oh, kid raping. All right, pow, got him. All right, we did it. We did it.
Yeah, so I was just thinking about this. Like somehow Deadpool gets really old. You could have Gary Busey play a aged Deadpool. I think quite well. Like an old man Deadpool.
Oh man, old man Deadpool is scary as shit. They have like he shows up in like Spider-Man 2099.
Okay, so is that an actual thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I mean he's old because they basically trapped him in this fucking in some fucking weird prison or whatever, and didn't feed him, didn't show him light or anything like that. He's just kind of shriveled and gross and just not real messed up. He's still alive and all that stuff, just kind of weak. And he's fucking like, if you think he's insane before, he's completely gone at this point because he's been locked in seclusion for so long. It's just it's pretty crazy.
I'm gonna say Deadpool versus Joker.
Yeah.
That's like
Who's gonna out crazy it?
I think
just like-
obviously Deadpool's gonna win in that. Like honestly, I would put my money on Deadpool
Yes.
still. So I mean, Joker can die. Deadpool, not really. Like you can throw him into the sun, that might kill him.
I mean, that should kill him.
You gotta
Yeah.
admit though, in a comic, when Joker shows up and he's gonna rob the bank, and it turns out Deadpool showed up ahead of time and already murdered everybody, the Joker would be like, "Wait, what? This guy's a good guy? The fuck is going on here?" He'd totally be like, "What?
Well, yeah, the Joker wouldn't know what the
What'd you
fuck to do
do?
with them.
I made all this gas and all this other stuff. Now what am I gonna do
He's
with
gonna do
this?"
this whole thing with like the fake little like
God.
bitey teeth and gas and.
Then he just punch Harley in the face and be like, "I told you."
I feel like
Somehow
Deadpool
it's your
would.
fault.
I feel like Deadpool would know who Joker was and totally do that stuff just so he could get like in with the Joker and like hang out with him and stuff. He'd be like, "I did all this for you," kind of thing. And he takes his mask off. He's got his face painted with fucking Joker makeup and shit.
Whoa,
Because Deadpool knows who
start
Joker
stalking Joker.
is. Yeah, that would be awesome.
Oh man.
Oh god, the Joker has to ask Batman for help.
Yeah.
To get rid of Deadpool.
You gotta help me, Batman. Deadpool's like,
Last week, I
he's
saw
just
him
look-
staring in the window at Harley while she was taking a shower, dude. Like, it's gone too far. All right?
No, Deadpool would be staring in the window watching Joker take a shower.
That's
Come on.
probably true. Yeah.
what I foresee worse is he just walks in the bedroom when it's kind of dark in a Harley outfit.
Yep.
And he does like a girl voice, like, "Okay, Joker, let's make this happen." And Joker's like, "Oh shit! Oh no!" The stalkers. He's calling 911. Stalkers in my bedroom dressed up as my old lady.
Harley totally gave him the costume too. Just sitting back laughing her ass
She's
off.
sitting over there in the corner filming it.
Oh man, real fucked up.
Harley's in a Batman costume in the closet, filming it.
Oh,
With a Superman costume on.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Superman costume. That's right. Yeah. Almost always in a Superman costume. Oh god damn, that would be terrible.
How's it going, Rob Wolf? We're talking about the movie Logan, kinda. We're pretty much just broad spectrum talking about comic book movies and stuff.
Yeah.
I see you mentioned Deadpool versus Deathstroke. I'm pretty sure Deathstroke is fucked
Yeah.
because he can't heal limbs back, and I mean, I think Deathstroke could actually put Deadpool in a chipper, and he would come out, and then like I don't know, a year later,
There would be
like,
a million little Deadpools because they just all.
Oh, they'd be
each
all
piece
like
just
this
grow.
is like mini little Deadpools like running around.
"Look what you did, you fucking asshole!"
It'd be like itchy and scratchy.
Oh
Now I'm gonna have to be like an
terrible.
underpants gnome now. Fuck.
Oh god, but I mean, honestly, I think that'd be far more terrifying. Like a bunch of like 1 foot little mini Deadpools running around. Like that'd be fucking terrifying.
That would actually be pretty scary. That would be like
he would like
God.
play off as like a Deadpool action figure, and like you'd bring him home into your house, and
a GI Joe.
exactly, and it'd be like
He
an
just
actual
climbs
Deadpool.
into the
Yeah.
GI Joe, and it's like the small soldiers show when we were little
Uh-huh.
kids, you know.
Yeah.
Except you like the little kid looks at him in a thing, and he's like, and then the kid's like, "Wait, Mom, look at that," and then he's just back to like,
Mom grabs it, starts fucking around. It's like, why does your GI Joe have a dick?
he's in there staring at the mom in the shower, just like, and the kid's like, "What the hell are you doing, man?"
Get out of here, kid.
Yeah.
My
He's
God.
like, my hand's almost numb. Get out of here. Don't watch me. That's how Joker got made.
Oh god damn. That'd be
G.I.
fucking
Joe.
terrible.
It was actually, he was a Batman doll. Deadpool was a Batman doll. That's where Joker's hatred of Batman came in. Oh.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
You don't know about what, Ricky?
I still don't think.
He could climb into Deathstroke at that size.
Yeah,
Just
like
like
I said,
jamming
like,
himself in his mouth, and he's just got like two of them going in his nose.
It'd be like the Itchy and Scratchy thing. You know that
Yeah.
one where he just like cuts him up, turns into a powder, and then
Oh,
breathes
yeah.
him in and kills him from the inside.
well, it'd also be like the Futurama thing where Bender has the duplicator,
Yeah.
and it duplicates himself into two smaller copies.
Oh man.
That's fucked.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like that'd be fucking terrifying to have a little mini Deadpools running around.
So in Logan, Caliban was like, he was really helping out. Like he did show up.
Yeah.
I gotta say though, out of everybody in this movie, Professor X is a real dick. He knew that those people that he was eating dinner at were gonna die.
Oh yeah.
Okay, they showed up at the hotel. They knew he had Caliban at that point. Okay, he's a psychic, so he
Yeah.
had to have known. Then he's like, you know what? I had to help this guy with their horses. They should die. The whole family's going to be dead. I'm not sure. I couldn't see the screen for the bit. I'm not sure if the mother died, but I know the son and the dad did, I think. Is that right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the whole family is dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the soldiers would have wasted them if they didn't. So,
Yeah.
you know, and I mean, it's like, wait, why would they have done? Why didn't they? Why the hell would he have done that? It's like,
That's the whole thing. Is Xavier is the true villain of the X-Men universe.
I think he is.
He he basically locks away the Dark Phoenix. He fucking kills a whole bunch of mutants with his fucking crazy mind powers when he gets all old and senile, and doesn't lets this fucking family of humans die. It's just like, come on, man, you're fucked up. I don't think this would have happened if Magneto was the leader of the X-Men.
No, so whatever did happen to Magneto? Because at the end of that one movie, he was kind of getting his powers back.
He's got his powers. I mean, I don't think we see old Magneto again in anything.
Oh.
Whatever.
After
Did you
that.
ever see that comic where Magneto turned into Joseph or something? You know what I'm talking about? Where he's old but he looks young, and then he had like, it was a different. He was like not. He didn't know who he was. He was he had amnesia or something. And he shows down. And he's around this church, and then somebody shows up, some bad guys, and the next thing you know, he's like wrapped barbed wire around him, and
No.
everybody's like, "Whoa, dude, you're intense."
I don't remember.
You
that
know?
one.
Yeah. Anyway, that was around. Came out when we were, I don't know, high school-ish or something, maybe earlier than that.
Yeah, never seen that one.
Yeah, it's pretty brutal though. Magneto's a scary dude, but I mean, people who've been in concentration camps, they kind of know how the world really works, not how people say it works. You
Pretty
know?
much.
Well, and
I mean,
that's the whole thing with the X-Men is that that's what the humans want to do to the mutants. So he's not going to stand for that kind of shit. He's experienced it already. He's not going to experience it again. And
Yeah,
now they have the power to fight back. Where, I mean, in World War II, the Jews really didn't have that by the time everybody was in the concentration camps. So I think that's what that's Magneto's whole deal. He's just like, fuck this. We're gonna fuck these guys up.
Yeah, and Xavier was trying to make peace, and Magneto was like, "No, fuck that. We cannot make peace with them."
Yeah.
Like, it's
Well,
just
what
not gonna
Magneto
fucking
was
happen.
thinking was, hey, you know what would have been really cool? If somebody would have killed Hitler in like 1935.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you think about it like the movies we've seen with the Sentinel guy. Somebody offs that guy before he makes a Sentinel. That's done with, right?
Yeah.
And the other thing that does seem to be real is if you have some huge show of power, there's a lot, and you're just like, hey, I want to be friends. I can kill everybody, or we can be friends. What do you guys want to do here? I mean, that's what the United States did. We're like, nuke. And then we went, hey, we don't want to do this. Let's be buddies. Okay.
We're done with that. We're not gonna do it anymore.
We'll show you guys how to make cars. come on, Japan, be on our side. And Japan was like, okay, whatever, you know. Whereas, I mean, you know, but in the 70s and everything, people would have been like, okay, yep, you can do weird stuff in the air with metal we don't understand. We're gonna be your buddy.
Yeah.
We're not.
Well,
gonna
isn't there
screw
like a
this.
certain like timeline or something like that where they like take over Australia or something like that? The
No,
mutants take over
basically what
Australia or some
happens
shit?
is the humans are tired of Magneto's shit and tired of him like attacking him and stuff. So they give him an island called Geonosa, and basically make it so he owns it. He rules Geonosa, and he can, you know. So basically, Magneto makes it a haven for mutants, and a whole bunch of mutants go there, and then somebody releases a fucking squad of Sentinels, and the Sentinels are drawn to the mutants, and they just fucking destroy the whole place. So a whole bunch of mutants die, and that fucking just Magneto loses it.
Besides that, as we know, Australia is not real.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
Made up.
Yeah, it's a bunch
It's
of
just
actors.
It's just South American. It's just a bunch of actors in South America.
Yeah.
I want to get paid to be one of those actors though, because they look like they have a good time in their news.
It does
I would
seem pretty
definitely like
sweet,
to
yeah.
do that.
Mm-hmm.
Would love to be a news anchor in Australia.
Yeah. Some of the funniest stuff on you I've ever seen. That's like not like a guy getting hit in the nuts with a jackhammer or something.
Yeah. Oh man, Ricky, you can be our wilderness guy that goes out there and catches birds with a fishing pole.
Like cut the feed, cut the feed, cut the feed, cut the feed.
No, it's more like it is Ricky's out there and there's some Cape Buffalo and he's just like, it's coming right at me. Boom!
Yeah.
Did you see that? Right there, now this is some Emmy award,
Whoa.
award-winning shit right here.
Crocodile just shoots out of the water and Ricky's like, he's got a big red button. Got it. Came right at me. You guys see that? You seen it?
Motherfucker. Ricky's just walking out in a meat suit so he can kill a bunch of animals. It's like, Ricky, man, you gotta calm your shit down. What are you doing?
So no, the meat, it gets rid of the bacteria. I saw it on this show. I saw it once. It keeps the bacteria away. I saw it on the show where this little green dude did it.
A little green dude did it. That's
God
hilarious.
damn it, Ricky. Fucking Invader Zim. Oh man. All right, guys.
I really liked the movie. What did you guys think about it?
I enjoyed it a lot. I think best Wolverine movie out of the bunch. It's, you know, I think Wolverine needed to be a rated R movie the whole time.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And, you know, they were afraid to do it because a superhero movie being rated R is a no-no, I guess.
Yeah, but after they did Deadpool, it was kind of like,
Yeah.
well, I guess we can.
And I mean, Wolverine and Deadpool are on, like, they fight against each other and alongside each other many times.
Yeah.
So it's like they're definitely both not rated PG-13 heroes.
No.
You know, you can't have huge fucking claws and not have a dude just cut some motherfuckers up. So it just doesn't work.
Yeah, that stuff is really silly.
It's a little bit like, you know, watching the Ninja Turtles, and the Ninja Turtles, like fucking Leonardo and, you know, Raphael, they have fucking weapons with, you know, deadly blades or points on them. There's no fucking way these guys aren't going to just cut some motherfuckers up. So in the cartoons, they just make them go against robots and stuff. That way
You
they
know,
cut
I mean,
everybody up.
I watched this show. It's like a ballistics show, kind of, and they're like, what does a sword actually do? So they had this like piece of pork that
Yeah.
was like bigger around than me, and this guy's like, well, let's see if it'll chop it through, and he chops the pork in half with like one shot,
Yeah.
and it's like, wait, that's bigger than a person with bone in it. Holy shit, that would kill some. You could eat like. That's a scary, like you could knock somebody's arm off, basically. And I mean, that's what they're made for, but people forget that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you see these nerds who are like goofing around in their apartment and they somehow never accidentally managed to kill somebody. I'm sure there's probably like I dropped it on my finger, my toe.
Well, what there was that news story of like some like burglars broke into some guy's house and he attacked them with a katana, and like he royally fucked these guys up. Like they definitely were leaving in a hospital.
We had swords that we made out of old chainsaw bars, and they were sharp. They're also fairly heavy, but they're probably more like it. They're like the orc sword on Lord of the Rings, but every night before he went to bed, my brother would be like, "Dear Lord, please send some burglar into my house so I can chop his arm off and sanctify his corpse with my urine. Please. Thank you, God." And, this prayer never came true that I know of. He could be really good at digging, for all I know. He's just got like 3 pre-made holes outside. He's like, "Here we go."
Well, I'm sure I'm growing up, he had access to your excavator. So,
Well, we also had to dig holes by hand, so it's Steve's seen me dig a hole.
Yeah.
It's not that bad. I'm slower at it than he is by a long shot. He's just like a machine. Merp, merp. So,
What about the rest of you guys? What'd you think of the movie?
it was pretty good. It was definitely probably one of the better Wolverine movies.
Did you watch the other 2 Wolverine movies, Ricky?
Huh?
Did you watch the other 2 Wolverine movies?
I did.
Okay.
yeah, he brought up the weird Deadpool.
Oh,
thing,
that's right.
remember?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you also brought up the robot samurai guy. So,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay. Yeah. Never mind. Sorry. Yeah,
Wait a
I
second.
apologize.
So
I apologize.
Who is the hot lady that you're watching on these shows? Because as I know, Ricky, that's the only reason. Only reason Ricky watches shows. So who is it? Is it Ryan Reynolds?
Ricky really likes
It
Hugh
might be.
Jackman.
Also might just be Hugh Jackman. Yeah, look at those pecs, dude. Like even the guy's got to respect to those pecs.
Ricky's like, he can
Oh my
sing, he
gosh.
can dance. It's a total package.
That's right.
Mhm.
Well, this was by far the best one out of the 3, though I did kind of like the first one, even though it had some shitty stuff in it. I felt like the story overall was good because it told where he came from in a pretty good way. Number 2 sucked so bad I couldn't hardly stand to sit through it in theaters and never watched it again.
Well, it wasn't fun to watch. It was like you take Wolverine's powers away for pretty much the whole movie, and then it's supposed to be a Wolverine movie. That's not fun to watch.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's like Iron Man 3. I've only seen
Yeah.
it once.
He's only in. He gets his suit
His
for a little
suit's
bit.
gone.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're watching Robert Downey Jr. be snarky. Well, that's entertaining for like 20 minutes, but this is the rest of the movie. There's not even any topless women to make up for it.
Oh, man.
Or ninja moves. He doesn't put a Batman costume on. He doesn't call Batman.
You know that they hang out.
Oh, fuck yeah, they do.
I love how in this movie, though, the girl's holding up the bullet, and he's about to not tell her the truth, and he's like, I was going to shoot myself in the head. I was going to kill myself.
Yeah.
And then she's like, she's like, why? And he's like, well, I've hurt people. And she's like, me too. And he grabs the bullet, or no, he doesn't grab the bullet, but he looks at her and says, well, you're just going to have to learn how to live with that kid. Like, she doesn't have a choice to kill herself. She's just going to have to learn to live with it. He's going to kill himself, though.
I wonder if that's kind of naive. Because, like, all the knowledge you hear about in movies and westerns and war movies is like, once you cross that line, it's not the same anymore. So, like, maybe it gets easier as you go. And, when you're at Wolverine level where you're just like, basically every comic is like him slicing at least 2 guys in half.
Yeah.
So he's been in making comics for, since the 60s. So that's every week he's cut 2 people in half. That's 1,200 people a year. That's probably not right.
That's
at
not
all.
right. There's 365 days in a year,
I don't
and
know.
you more than doubled
Well,
that.
Wait, did I say every day?
You said every week, and you said 2.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm pretty tired out too. I've been up since what time, Kelly? 3:30 or something.
That's when I woke up, but you were
I'm not
close to
good at
9.
mental math, anyways. And then there's sprees, so I'm just averaging out what I've seen because I seen a comic where he killed 50 people once.
Yeah, I think it's kind of cool that they actually put the comics in the movie too. So, and they, they're just like, yeah, this is a long time ago. We don't fucking do this anymore. It totally shows him in his Wolverine yellow costume.
Yeah, I
We
loved
haven't
that
really
when
got
they
to
put the
see
comic in
the
there.
new movies, but they do shave his face into the Wolverine facial hair from the first fucking movie, like X-Men movie and stuff. So
Yeah.
kind of a bunch of callbacks. But I was.
The kids did that when he was sleeping. I think I should try that with Erik.
Yeah. You're gonna give him a Wolverine facial hair?
Yeah.
I think we both know it would be extremely effective because I can sleep through anything.
Yeah.
Kelly and I were going to make a YouTube video where just at some random time she was just going to shave a strip off my head and see if I wake up, and then do it again. And I was like, I'm just going to be bald. I told her to stay the fuck
Shave
away from
one
my
of your
eyes.
eyebrows.
Well,
Get your
that would be
eyebrows.
funny, but I know for a fact what would happen. She'd be like, and I'd be like, oh, and then my eye would be popped, and I'd be like,
That's why I just talk. I'm not messing with.
You've got to do the Wolverine face now. Just get a pair of clippers and do it.
Yeah. See.
That would be funny.
I bet he'd even keep it for a while if you did it well.
I don't know.
Eric's gonna wake up with a mouthful of hair because it's all just gonna fall right down to his mouth.
Yeah, the cleanup would suck.
Ow! What the fuck? Oh. Kelly, I spit up another hairball.
Yeah. Go to the hairball.
It wasn't me this time.
Oh, they're terrible.
Did you have anything you want to say, Kelly, about it? I
I mean, it was kind of slow in some parts, and then I was just waiting for some action, and like the action parts were really good, so it made up for the I don't know, drawn out in a way. And I was just like, huh? Well, it didn't help that, like it was really, really hot in here, so I started falling asleep, and plus waking up at 3:30 didn't help.
Yeah.
So I had to restart the beginning 3 times. And then I fell asleep when the other Logan stabbed Chuck. And I'm like, oh, shoot, what in the hell did I miss? I had to go back. I'm like, oh.
Where'd that guy go?
I did the exact same thing. That took me by surprise.
Yeah.
Here I am driving down the road, and I have the phone over the top of the RPM gauge of my pickup, and I'm watching it as I'm driving. And I'm like,
Super safe.
oh,
Yeah.
I didn't hit anybody.
Yeah,
I don't
you
think.
Know of.
I don't know. There's no dents that were new. So, anyway, so I'm driving and I look up and there's like a curvy bit, and I look down and he's stabbing him, and I'm like, what the fuck happened here? Are they mind controlling him or something? There's a mutant in there. And I got to say this. I've heard some podcasts with this sleep guy, this like sleep doctor.
Yeah.
And he's like, so sleep basically is like, helps your brain recover from being awake, which is just slow brain damage, I guess.
Yeah.
That's why you have to sleep, is because you're just, when you're awake, you're brain damaging yourself from wakefulness. So Wolverine doesn't have that. He might not need to sleep. He might a little in his older age, but younger Wolverine, he might not need to sleep.
I can see that. Yeah. You just keep going.
Could you imagine that? Like, that would be awesome. Not having to sleep. They're like, you know what? I'm not gonna sleep this week. Fuck all that crap. I'm just gonna train martial. Like a 6-year-old would be like a 10-year-old because they wouldn't have to sleep. I mean, I guess sleep does do stuff for like helping you retain information. So if you do like a little bit of stuff and then you sleep on it, you'll actually retain it way better than doing it for like 10 hours in a row.
Get your back up.
Yeah, because your brain just like, when you're asleep, just goes back through it and is like, okay. And that's part of what dreams and stuff are. But that would be awesome, though, to be able to like practice jujitsu or whatever martial art, stabby people, itsu. Whatever they train them.
The fuck?
Oh, man.
I mean, could you, being 20 as Wolverine would have been awesome. Okay? You're just like, glug, 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 glug. And she's like, aren't you tired? Hell no, baby. I can go all night.
He could drink anyone under the table.
Not Thor. He can't drink Thor under the table. It's impossible. That guy can drink a lake down. He did it in a Norse fable.
So could Wolverine. His body metabolizes the alcohol so quick he can't get drunk when he's younger.
Yeah, but he'd have to pee it out, whereas Thor just disappears inside of him. He literally, like, this
Logan
is a
would be
fable.
like sitting there like drinking it.
Drank
at the same
a
time
lake
he's peeing
down.
it, and then like he'd be like, hold on, am I drinking my own piss now? God damn it!
Again.
He's just all drinking. He's like, bucket. Well, bucket. And the guy's like, what? Bucket.
God damn it.
All right, dump it. I need another bucket.
Oh man.
That'd be a cool party though to see Thor and Wolverine when they're both 20, just like getting hammered drunk.
Or trying to get hammered drunk.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it would be fun.
Actually, it probably wouldn't be because they would drink all your alcohol, and you're like, "What the fuck, dude? Like, you just literally drink every bit of alcohol in my house, and now you got
And the planet.
You could goad them into a fist
and,
fight,
and you
and
drink
that
my
would be
fucking lake. You drink all the alcohol and the lake. What the fuck are we supposed to do now?
He's like,
Son of a
guys
bitch.
after water skiing. He's just like on rocks.
So, all right. So if Wolverine stabs Thor, will he get electrocuted by lightning?
If Thor electrocuted him, yes.
Well, I feel like he would.
He's not made of electricity.
Well, no, but I feel like he'd call lightning down if he got stabbed in the gut with 3 knives.
Yeah, it would. Yeah, I'm sure he would get electrocuted. I mean,
And it would go through his whole body and around his brain. That might actually fuck him up for a couple minutes.
I don't
that's-
think electricity
sounds
really messes him up that bad. Like just like everything else. Right now, like old Logan would. Yeah, that'd fuck him up. but-
Logan, it might kill him because it would literally shock his brain so much. He doesn't have that heal factor going on. But I feel like even young Logan would probably pass out from the shock to his brain for at least a couple of seconds, long enough to hit the floor and get back up again. Like, what the fuck was that?
Well, he would lose muscle control because you have to when you got
yeah,
a
that's
shitload
true.
of. I mean, you're just gonna, and a super high amount of electricity does weird stuff. It like cooks you from the inside, so it might do. Well, it would indeed do a lot of tissue damage to him. So I mean,
it'd be nice and painful.
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess it can actually like melt your muscles and does a lot of weird stuff.
Yeah.
I know somebody in the PG&E that's seen somebody at a transforming station, and it arced across and hit the guy, and not anything you ever want to see, from what I was told.
Did the guy survive?
No, he was immediately dead. Like, I don't remember. The guy said he was. I can't. He says he's pretty sure he was dead before because I think he answered a cell phone or something, and then it shot across and then just went through him.
Okay.
And they're pretty sure that he was just like he just immediately fell down. He was just dead. I mean, when you get like a bunch of electricity in your brain, that's relying on electricity to work. I mean, it's just going to do some weird ass stuff.
Yeah.
It's definitely going to cure his smoking because apparently they use that, shock therapy to cure smoking. And Wolverine might not jack off for a while because he'd be like, well, I'm cured. I got rid of my addictions with this super high electricity.
Well, I kind of feel like it wouldn't cure your smoking because after that much electricity, your whole body would be smoking.
I hate you. All right, what rating did you give this?
4 stars.
I gave it 3 stars.
I gave it 3.5 stars.
I gave it 4 stars.
And I gave it 4.5 stars. Next week's movie is normally Kelly's choice, but since we got the 4th of July in the United States coming up, we're going to watch Independence Day Resurgence.
Did you have to think where we lived?
Yes.
You did.
Yes, I did.
That's what I thought. Like, what is this place
I
that
don't remember
we're living
where
in
we
called?
are.
California may not be part of the United States for that much longer.
Still
They're
got,
about to call it quits.
You still got it, a few more months before voting. So, but we're not talking about that because it's fucking hot in here, and I'm done with the podcast. Can't do this anymore, guys.
It is way too hot. I think I
let's see.
slept through half of it.
You did sleep.
You
through half
did.
of it. That's all right. I don't give a shit.
Definitely. I was
so
going to send
fucking tired.
Ricky, ask Jason what the capital of Bangkok is, but I know for a fact Ricky would have looked at it and been like, hey, Jason, what's the capital? Oh, fuck, I should have hit him. Damn it.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Like us on Facebook, facebook.com/Heroic Adventure Productions. Like and subscribe on youtube.com/Death by Lake Presents. Go over to twitch.tv/Heroic Adventure and subscribe there to help us out. Also, mixer.com/Turkadur and twitch.tv/Turkadur Plays. You can follow us on Twitter at HAP Gaming. You can follow me on Twitter at Turkadur. You can follow Erik on Twitter at
Quick and Severe.
You can follow Kelly on Twitter at
Sugar Snuggles.
Follow Ricky on Twitter at
Furry Twitter balls.
With no E in the Twitter. And you can follow Jason on Twitter at
Unbelievable one.
You can also email us at Steve, Eric, Kelly, Jason, or Ricky at hapgaming.com. Each one of those names individually. All of this information is in the description on youtube.com/DeathBellyPresents. But what else you can... I think that's it. Join us next week as we watch Independence Day, Resurgence, and join us this Thursday for something. I don't know yet. We might play some more Unravel 2. That was fun. But that's it. We'll talk to you guys next week.
You guys should definitely rewatch part of Unravel 2. And keep in mind that you guys doing your first porn together as the subtext to it, it's hilarious.
It really is.
Oh, you shot me in
There's
the
so many
face with
references.
a string. I mean,
many of those were intentionally supposed to sound like that. So,
I did go back
tits
and
things
watch
like that.
the first half of that to see how it turned out, and I kind of laughed at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was very funny.
That's it, guys. We'll talk to you guys next week.
Bye.
See ya.
Bye.